Hello everyone, welcome to the yarn bowl. Today in this video we're going to see how to crochet this cute frog bucket hat for toddler size. I have already posted a video of how to do this frog bucket hat for adult size. So now we're going to see how to crochet this cute frog bucket hat for toddler size. The written pattern of this frog bucket hat is available in my website theyarnbowlcrochet.com. You can also find the child size frog hat pattern in my website. Meanwhile, if you are new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the yarn bowl and click on the bell icon as well so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. So this will be the base color for working this toddler size frog hat. This is sugar and cream 100% cotton yarn in hot orange. It's a size 4 yarn, and I'll be using the same brand sugar and cream yarn, white color as well for the eyes, and it's also size 4 yarn, and I'll be using rose pink yarn in same sugar and cream 100% cotton yarn for making the blush for the frog. Starting with the base color orange, I will work round 1, which will be the magic ring, and then I will work chain 3, which is considered as my first double crochet, and then I will work 11 more double crochets around the magic ring. So once that is done, I will work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 3 to close this round 1, and then you can tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot. So this will be our round 1. So go ahead, work round 1. I'll meet you at the end of round 1. So for round 2, I'm going to work a chain 3, which is considered as my first double crochet, and then I will work 1 more double crochet on the same stitch, and then from now on I will work 2 double crochets on each stitch around, and once that is done, I will work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 3 to close this round 2. So at the end of round 2, I will have 24 double crochet stitches. So go ahead, work round 2. I'll meet you at the end of round 2. For round 3, I'm going to work a chain 3 again, which is considered as my first double crochet, and then I will work a double crochet on the same stitch, and then once that is done, I will work 1 double crochet on the next stitch, and we will work 2 double crochet in the next stitch and 1 double crochet and on the next stitch around. So we're going to work 2 double crochet in one stitch and 1 double crochet in the next stitch around, and then once that is done, I will work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 3 to close this round 3. At the end of round 3, I'm going to have 36 double crochet stitches. So for round 4, I'm going to work a chain 3 again, which is considered as my first double crochet stitch, and then I will work 1 double crochet on the same stitch, and then I'm going to work 1 double crochet in next 2 stitches. So the pattern is we are going to work 2 double crochet in one stitch and 1 double crochet on next 2 stitches around. So that is we are going to work 2 double crochet in one stitch and 1 double crochet each on next 2 stitches around, and once that is done, I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 3 to close this round 4. So at the end of round 4 I'm going to have 48 double crochet stitches. So go ahead, complete your round 4. I'll meet you at the end of round 4. So for round 5, once again we work a chain 3, which is considered as our first double crochet stitch, and then I'm going to work 1 double crochet on the same stitch. In the next 3 stitches I'm going to work 1 double crochet each. That is, pattern is we are going to work 2 double crochet in one stitch and 1 double crochet on next 3 stitches around, and once that is done I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 3 to close this round 5. So at the end of round 5 I'm going to have 60 double crochet stitches. So complete round 5. I will meet you at the end of round 5. For round 6, work a chain 3, which is considered as our first double crochet, and then I'm going to work 1 double crochet on the same stitch, and then I will work 1 double crochet each on next 4 stitches. Pattern is I'm going to work 2 double crochet in one stitch and 1 double crochet in next 4 stitches around. And once that is done I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 3 to close this round 6. So at the end of round 6 I'm going to have 72 double crochet stitches. So complete round 6. I'll meet you at the end of round 6. Now this is the end of round 6. So let me measure this circumference or the diameter of the circle to see if this is enough for the crown or the top part of our hat. It measures 5.5 inches, which is sufficient for a toddler. So I'm going to stop here with the increment, and then I'm going to proceed with the non-increment row. So round 7 would be a non-increment row, which means I'm going to work a chain 3 and then I will work 1 double crochets on each stitch around. So we are not going to do any increments here. So from round 7 to round 13 it will be a non-increment round, which means that we are just going to work a chain 3 at the start, and then we will work 1 double crochet on each stitch around, and then work a slip stitch on top of your starting chain 3 to close each rounds. So go ahead, work 1 double crochet each, and now this round 7 is complete. I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 3 to close this round 7. So since this is our first non-increment round, let's mark this with a stitch marker. So this will help us identify the non-increment round start. So we'll have we'll have to work 6 more rounds like this until we reach round number 13. Until then we'll not have any increments in our rounds. So go ahead, work this way until we reach round number 13. I'll meet you at the end of round number 13. So we are done with the round number 13. So with this our non-increment round is complete. Let's start with round 14. So from now on, for next 3 rounds we are going to increment, means that we are working the brim of the hat. So this will be our round 14. So we're going to work chain 3 and then I'm going to work one more double crochet on the same stitch. So this chain 3 is considered as our first double crochet, and then we are working one more double crochet on the same stitch, and then we are going to work one double crochet each on the next 5 stitches. So pattern is, we'll work 2 double crochet in one stitch and 1 double crochet each on next 5 stitches around. So once that is done, we'll work a slip stitch on top of your starting chain 3 to close this round 14. So at the end of round 14 we'll have 84 double crochet stitches. So for round 15 I'm going to work a chain 3, which is considered as my first double crochet, and then I'm going to work one more double crochet on the same stitch, and then I'm going to work one double crochet each on each stitch for the next 6 stitches. So the pattern is, we are working 2 double crochet in one stitch and 1 double crochet each on next 6 stitches around, and then once that is done we'll work a slip stitch on top of our starting chain 3 to close this round 15. So at the end of round 15 we'll have 96 double crochet stitches. So for round 16 I'm going to work a chain 3 again, and then I will be working 1 double crochet on the same stitch, and then I will work 1 double crochet each on next 7 stitches around. So the pattern is, we are working 2 double crochet in one stitch and 1 double crochet each on next 7 stitches around, and once that is done we are going to work a slip stitch on top of our starting chain 3 to close this round 16. So this is the last round for our hat. So once this is done I'm going to fasten off and work a slip stitch and weave your ends. So that's it. Round 16 is done. I'm going to work a slip stitch and then I will fasten off and then weave my ends. So you can use this as a base hat or just a simple hat without any frog details. So this would be a simple bucket hat, or you can add in the frog details. And the length of this hat is roughly about 7.25 inches, which is ideal for a toddler size hat. So I'm just going to weave the ends, and let's start with the frog hat detailing. So if you have watched the adult size, we are going to do the same thing, but for the toddler size, the eyes is going to be a little bit bigger than that of the adult size hat. And then this is the blush that we're going to attach to the hat. I'm going to work with the rose pink yarn. So I'm going to work a magic ring, and then I will work a chain 2, which is considered as my first half double crochet, and then I will work 11 more half double crochets around the magic ring, and then I will work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 2 to close this round. So at the end of this round we'll have 12 half double crochet stitches. So once this is done, fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing this blush to the hat. So we'll have to and then you can tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot. So you'll need 2 of this for your hat. So go ahead, work one more circle with this blush pink yarn or the rose pink yarn, and leave a long tail for sewing in this to your hat. So I've completed one, and you will need to make one more of this. Now we are going to make the frog's eye. So for that I'm going to use a black yarn, and then I will work a magic ring, and I'll work a chain 2, which is considered as my first half double crochet, and then I will work 11 more half double crochets around the magic ring, and once that is done I will work a slip stitch on top of the starting chain 2 to close this round, and then I'll tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot. So at the end of this round I'll have 12 half double crochet stitches. So then you can fasten off, work a slip stitch and weave the ends of this black yarn, and then we'll proceed. This will be the pupil for the frog's eye. I will start working the eyeball part with the white yarn. So you can you just fasten off and weave the ends. So this is going to look like this, and you can attach the white yarn in any of the stitches, and then work a chain 2, which is considered as our first double crochet, and then you work one more half double crochet on the same stitch, and we will work 2 double crochets on each stitch around. And then once that is done, we are going to work a slip stitch on top of your starting chain 2 to close this round with the white yarn. And once you're done with that, you can fasten off and weave your ends. So with this, the eye part of your frog is ready. So as I told you earlier, you'll need to make one more of this for the frog's eye. So that's it. I'm done with 2 double crochets on each stitch around. I'm going to work a slip stitch on my starting chain 2 to close this round. So this part is complete. Now let's work the eyelet part with the base color, which is the hot orange, and we are going to repeat the same thing what we have done with the black yarn and white yarn. I'm going to work a magic ring, and then we'll work a chain 2, which is considered as our first half double crochet, and then I will work 11 more half double crochets around the magic ring, and then I will work a slip stitch on top of your starting chain 2 to close this round. And then once this is done, you can tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot, and this will be our round 1. For round 2, I'm going to work a chain 2, which is considered as my first half double crochet, and then I will work one more half double crochet on the same stitch, and then I will work 2 double crochets on each stitch around, and then I will work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 2 to close this round 2. So go ahead, work 2 half double crochets on each stitch around, and then work a slip stitch on top of your starting chain 2. So now I'm done with round 2. For round 3, which will be a non-increment round, which is I work a chain 2, and then I'm going to work 1 half double crochet on each stitch around. And now I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 2 to close this round 3. I'm not going to fasten off yet. Now I'm going to attach this eyelet to the eyeball. Now keep the eyeball part that you've crocheted on this eyelet with the wrong side of both facing each other. Now hold it, and we are going to work slip stitches on the back loop of each around, and then work a final slip stitch, and then you can fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing in this eye to the hat. Our eye for the frog is ready. Now let's go ahead sew in this eye to the hat using a tapestry needle. So now I'm going to sew this eye on the 5th and 6th row of our hat. So now we'll be doing the exact same thing for the other eye as well. So you just fold your hat and then sew in your other eye exactly on the same row, which is the 5th and 6th row on the other side. Now you can place your blush on 7th and between your 7th and 8th row on equal spacing, and then you can go ahead sew in this blush to your hat. The blush is sewed in. Now I'm going to use a black yarn, and I'm just going to make a mouth. I'm just going to sew it like this. We'll see how to do that. That's it, our cute little bucket hat with the frog detailing is ready. This is a toddler size hat. I've already released a video on how to work the same hat for adult size, and I have the written pattern for child size as well. This is a toddler size. I'm having a written pattern for toddler, adult and child size, which is available in my website theyarnbowlcrochet.com. This is a very simple and easy pattern. Even a beginners can easily work this pattern. I hope you found this easy to follow. So if you need a written pattern, I have it for toddlers, child and adult sizes, and it's available in my website theyarnbowlcrochet.com. So try this cute little frog bucket hat for toddler, and I have linked the description of adult size tutorial in the description box. Do check it out. So please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl, and click on the bell icon as well, and visit theyarnbowlcrochet.com for more fun and interesting patterns. Thanks for watching. Bye.